Alright, NWT put these units on sale for Christmas, and I ended up buying 3 of them. 2 Trickies and a Marty. The Trickies use 2 buttons, Marty's use 6 buttons, but they're all pretty similar. I got some cleanup to do, but I thought this thing was pretty cool. I wired it up and I had to kind of cut my harness apart after I'd already done it once for the old regular style switches. But you can see I removed the switches. I don't have the buttons yet. I ordered a 2-button unit for the left hand side that I'm going to use, and that's going to control everything. So you can see there's actually a lot less wires than the factory harness running back and forth here. And I've already cleaned up a lot of them. In the back I wired in a Dyna 2000 there as well, and you can see I have my aftermarket taillight there in the tail, and I have my headlight over here. I just kind of stuck this here for testing because I thought it was cool. And even though I don't have my buttons yet, the buttons are wired to these 4. So you have actually the yellow one. Yellow one I think is a left button, green one's a right button, although mine are going to be top and bottom instead. And then actually your red there is the brake switch for the brake lights, and the brown is the clutch switch. So I don't have the brake switch and a clutch switch ready to go yet. I built these little harnesses here that connect to those switches, and then I'm going to put another plug in and plug these 2 together. But I got to kind of wait for my buttons to get here because you have the 2 button wires and then the 2 switch wires. I put those together. But even though I don't have the buttons, I can still sort of test it. It's going to be a little hard to do with the phone. I'll try and hold it out. I have an exposed ground here. So my battery is here, and I just have a wire running from negative terminal to this little ring terminal that's grounding my harness for now, and then the positive goes through the starter relay, just like on all of our bikes. But this is super cool. So I'm going to simulate the button. The buttons, all they do is send a ground signal. So you can simulate the button by touching it to ground. So first I got to turn it on, and when you turn it on, everything kind of flashes, and I guess that's how you know it's on. And I believe it's the green button here, or the green wire would be the to turn it off and on. So if I tap it twice, then bike should be on. So let's try it. Yep, there we go. My light turned on, my gauge turned on, my headlight turned on. Alright, now, so when the buttons are there, you would tap it. You would tap that particular button 1 time, and it would, or you would tap it 2 times actually, and tapping it 2 times would do just what I did by tapping the wire 2 times. Alright, now turn signals. Turn signals are same 2 buttons, but if you just tap it once, it's go one way. Tap the other to go the other way. So we'll tap it 1 time, and my left turn signal's going. That's the tail light, and then that's the indicator. And you can cancel it by tapping it again. So I tap it 1 more time, and it stops. And then we can do the same thing with the green wire this time. So hard to hold the phone and tap it. Trying to do it here. So tap it 1 time. Try that again. Tap it 2 times, turns it on. tap it one time, and there's my blinker. Okay, tap it again, and it should stop. There it goes. Alright, let's try this other one. So tap it one time, there's my blinker. Same on that one, tap it again, and it's done. High beams and low beams are double tap on the yellow wire. There it is. Just came on, and then my headlight got a lot brighter. And we double tap again, and high beams are off, and the high beams are not on anymore. So everything's looking good. I tested turn signals, high beam, low beam, on, off. All that's working as expected with just the two, just the two yellow wires and the green wires. And once I get my switches or my buttons, it's going to be nice. Just one little 2-button module here will do everything. Once those get here, I'll finish up this plug and these, run these into a plug, and then everything will work off the buttons, and then I can just clean up the rest of this. There's really not that much though. I did keep some of my factory harness, but to be honest, very little of the factory harness is left at this point. Just the turn signal wires, some of the ground wires, your neutral signal, and the black wire is your main ignition wire. I kept that original, but I replaced all the plugs are new. So done a lot of cutting and chopping on this thing. Originally it was all rewired using part of a CBR 900 harness, because I was using a CBR 900 controls up here, but I had to redo all that in order to it's all their fault. NWT, I've been wanting one for a while. They put them on sale. These Trickies were $25 a piece, so I had to get one, and it took me a little while to redo it, but that's all right. And then the Dyna, you really don't have to do a whole lot for the Dyna. I ran the tack signal up to the digital gauge from the Dyna. These are your coil wires for the Dyna. You have to get it switched power source, which I've done, and then this just plugs in. So this plugs into it, and then you have this other plug here that goes into the plate. There's your timing plate, and that's it. So not a lot for that either. Anyway, I just thought it was cool. Thought I'd make a little video. I still got some cleanup to do, but I like it.